Da, da. Ha! I think we're live. Hi, it's Todd Gross. How you doing? I'm waiting for Matt Bush to come on in, and we are going to be discussing Easy Magic Video and the conclusion of our launch week. We had the first offering of this product this week, and it has been a rousing success. I'm speaking to my team on Skype on another screen right here, and we'll be able to show our screens. Matt's the original creator of this as well. And let's see how they're doing now. Okay, they're still working. And we're going to lead into some very interesting changes in the pricing structure, which is happening tonight, later at night. Now, at first glance, you might think that we're going to raise the price at midnight Eastern time, but we're actually going to do it at Pacific time to give everyone an extra 3 hours. That's 5 hours from now that the price is going to $47. May or may not be a coupon to bring it down beyond that 47 limit. Now, I'm actually going to be playing with the lighting in the studio right now. We don't know when we're actually going to have this broadcast that you're watching now officially up on the sales page. It's going to happen in the next few minutes. Actually, like right now, roughly. So, what you're going to see me doing right now is just adjust the lighting a little bit around the room, and I'm going to wait for Matt to come in. He'll be here in just a moment. All right. So they're doing some work in the background. I'm going to adjust the lighting in the time being. Make your way down through the sales page if you're on the sales page now and enjoy the demonstration, of course, of the video that I made and the demo that we have on this very sales page, and look over the product in case you haven't gotten it already. And I'll be right back to the microphone. While I'm adjusting the lighting, it would be interesting for me to point out how I've lit pretty inexpensively my green screen. I have, of course, the lights on either side with the umbrella that help to disperse the light as it hits me. But then below, underneath, if I move my chair here, you can see I have just a regular little like light that you get from Target, and that lights me from underneath as well, so that you're able to project. I won't have a shadow down across my neck, which I often have, and I try to get rid of that as much as I can, just with a little light. So there's other ways, more sophisticated ways to do it, but that's how I've done it. I was saying that the monitor is blocking one of the lights that's pointing towards me. Funny thing, I lost my glasses earlier this evening. These glasses, and these are the ones that are perfect for computer distance. In fact, I can move this back away a little bit now. Yeah. And I was all nervous. I said, "Oh my goodness, I'm not going to be able to do this webcast tonight. I won't be able to see the screen properly, and I'll get a headache." But everything's now hunky dory. I found the glasses in my key drawer. So what I did is I went in the drawer, pulled it out, took keys to go in the car, and I put my glasses down in there because I was wearing my distance glasses. So that's what had happened. Now, while I have you here, speaking of broadcasting and broadcasters, I'm going to give you a little makeup demonstration, believe it or not, that spokespeople use. Hold on, I'm going to grab my makeup. Would you believe that? I'm going to grab makeup. Now, remember, I worked in television for many years. When I first started at WROC in Rochester in 1980, guy's name was Peter. I don't remember his last name. He came to me and he said, "You've got to put on a ton of makeup. You don't understand. Because if you look closely, you'll see that I look kind of blotchy with the lights hitting." Now, I don't have the most even skin in the world, but almost everybody has some sort of imperfection, right? So for years, I was putting on this really heavy stuff and it was just driving me crazy, and then you could see this little shine from the light as well. Well, somebody eventually keyed me into the fact that this MAC makeup that you see right here is the right one to use. Now, this is kind of embarrassing, but I'm actually going to put it on right in front of you. And if you think that men don't wear makeup, all the politicians wear makeup, starting with John Kennedy. Remember, Kennedy won the election in 1960, most likely because he was more prepared visually than Richard Nixon. And that was the beginning of lots of makeup going on the candidates. Kennedy kind of fooled Nixon, saying, "I don't need it." Nixon didn't put it on, and he looked very shiny and sweaty. And not only the politicians use it, but every single broadcaster, every actor, male and female, uses makeup. This is MAC, and it's NW 35. So you can see how I have a little bit of differing colors on my forehead. And when I put this on like that, it's going to kind of cover that up and just even that. You see how it evens that out so that you don't see some of the blotchiness. And again, that blotchiness in person isn't that obvious. It becomes more obvious when you put a camera on. With HD TV now and the latest super high def stuff, this really, helps a lot. So notice the shininess right here. That's because the light's shining right on me, but even that I could kind of get rid of. See? Now it looks like a natural shine rather than anything greasy. Now, all the spokespeople that you see are wearing makeup, both in our product and, of course, that you may hire. So keep that in mind. Almost every person that goes on camera does wear this stuff. When have you ever seen anybody put makeup on a sales page before? Let me see if we're actually live. Oh, they're still discussing what's going to go on live and what isn't going to go on live. So I don't even know if we're on the sales page yet. It's funny if all of a sudden I'm on the sales page. Hi, everyone. And you see me pop on, because I don't know exactly when this is going on. And you see me putting on the makeup without the explanation of why, I'm doing it. Pardon me. I have a cold this week. I have been on. Well, thank you, Luann. Okay. Have you ever seen me put on makeup? Yes or no? I can actually read your answers right here. Great demo. Oh, okay. This is probably the better way to do it then, if we really are live. You can see some discoloration over here. I supposedly have a farmer's redneck. I can just cover that too. See how easily that covers up? I'm not doing it in front of a mirror, so it's not going to come out perfect. And then I'm a little red here. All right, again, the type of makeup we're using here is the MAC. This is NW30, matches my skin color. You'll have to go into MAC. They have MACs in, like Bloomingdale's and that sort of thing. Those department stores, Macy's. And if you go into one of those, they'll have a MAC department most likely. No, it's not a perfect job, but we'll go with that. All right, so you guys going to send Matt in here, or he's still working in the background? Because if I know if I'm on the sales page now, hi everyone, then I could start on a demo by sharing a screen. Now that I've done the makeup demo. All right, we did some work earlier today on live on the webinar that we had. And it was interesting because the question came up, can you put a video background behind the spokesperson And I had known that we can, but I hadn't actually tried my videos that I took when I was out west. We came up with a really good demonstration for that. And I'm going to try to share my screen to show that to you. And again, this is made as a very short video that just took seconds to make with Easy Magic Video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit my share screen button, and I see what I'm going to share. Getting out of the share screen button may be a little difficult for me because I'm still getting used to this, but we're going to share it right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the video. Now, keep in mind, because we're webcasting and it's not perfect since it's the internet and the internet has delays, it may not seem like the lips are synced or it may jump around a little bit. But in actuality, it looks in person absolutely perfect the way this came out. So I'm going to hold the speaker to the microphone so that you could hear this. And this is Sarah, our spokesperson. Hi, Mike. I mean, Matt. It's one of those days. How are you, Matt?
Good, Todd. How you doing? I'm here, everybody. Excited to be here.
All right, good. So I'm going to show that little Sarah demonstration that we showed earlier, and then I'll hand it over to you. Hold on there, Matt.
Awesome. Okay. And everyone, as you watch this demonstration, keep in mind that because we're broadcasting through YouTube, it's going to look a little bit choppy. When you go to the sales page, you can see other demos that are really fluid looking.
All right, we'll start from the beginning.
Welcome to our video. Did you know that it is actually possible to make a full-time income online through selling other people's products? Contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you.
Yeah, I could tell that, it looked like her lips were a little out of sync due to the YouTube. But before I hand it over to you, Matt, let me just explain what we did here. We made a very short video earlier on our webinar today. And when we made that video, what I did is I put a video background behind Sarah, our spokesperson, because all the spokespersons are initially over a green screen. Then we subtract out the green, and then we're able to put the spokesperson on. So what we did is, in this particular case, is I started with the first frame right here, and then I went right into the second thing that she was going to say. Because remember, inside the software, you could change what the spokesperson says. So this part here, it says, did you know that it is actually possible to make a full-time income online through selling other people's products? Well, that, my friends, we chose her to say, because that's just one of the many clips that are in there. But when I went to this, I initially had her zoomed in or zoomed out. I think it was zoomed out. And the background didn't zoom out with her. And I was pointing out you should actually choose a different background for that. So when we chose the different background, a straight background like this, I said, and now we could choose to just make it straight writing. So we break it up really nicely. So we went from her right here being zoomed in on top of the foliage background, right? And then we went over to this, which was just text over another background. And then we finished off back where we started with her zoomed in over the video. And what I'll do is I'll play this, and you'll see that there's shadows bouncing around back there. See that? Not only was there shadows, but the leaves were moving, those aspen leaves, beautiful, late September, 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. And this was out on the border of Rocky Mountain National Park. Now, it's funny, when I took that walk there in that park and was shooting this for this very reason, I ran into elk, and the elk were making an absolute racket. And I heard that you're not supposed to disturb the elk, and I stayed away. But I was completely by myself. I was just wandering, taking photos, and I was completely by myself. And I ran into those elk and those crazy noises they make. And it was a really interesting scene. Let's put it that way. Anyway, I'm going to try to figure out how to stop sharing my screen and get this back to you, Matt. Here we go.
Okay. And I'll go ahead and share my screen now. I can give everyone a demo.
Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, I was telling them a couple of things. That you missed my makeup demonstration. I had my MAC makeup here, and I put that on and told everybody where to get it. And we have to get this for you, Matt. I'm not sure if you're a shade, but we have to put some makeup on you.
Yes, my wife can help me with that. Yes.
And the other thing we did, and I actually look much better since I put it on. It's a little dark and the lighting's not right here, but I looked so much better than I did before I put it on. And I was doing it looking at the actual broadcast. I don't have a mirror here. And then I was talking about our price going to $47 later tonight. And I said it's at Pacific time or whenever I could wake Matt up so that he could change the price. So it's going to be approximately midnight Pacific, 3 a.m. Eastern that we're raising the price. And this is our finishing party that's going to explain more about the product and why we're so excited about it. And now, Matt, why don't you share your screen so we could see a real demo?
Yes. Do you see my screen? I got my makeup on here.
You sure
really
do.
Makes me look a lot younger.
Mine, yeah.
Thank you. You can get it at Bloomingdale's or whatever.
All right, and I'll be back in about 5 or 10 minutes, man.
Okay, great. So we're here because we want to be able to answer your questions. We do have this, huge price increase tonight with the launch period ending. So if you're on the fence, please jump on and ask us whatever questions you have. We'd like to help. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to start by giving you a demo. I'm here in the members area, and this is a cartoon version of me. Unfortunately, I'm older than this and heavier than this, but it's more flattering. So that's supposed to be me. So once you buy, if you buy Easy Magic Video, you get access to our Easy Members area. And Easy Magic Video is cloud-based software, which means that to do all this cool stuff with the spokespersons, you do not have to download it to your computer. You log in just like you would log into Facebook or Google or whatever. You can make your videos on your phone, on your iPad, on 2 different computers. You're able to access it wherever. So I'm in the members area here, and I'm going to take you through creating a video. And as I do this, please let me know if you have any questions. I would certainly be happy to answer anything. So in the members area, it's real simple to create a video. Here we go, Easy Magic Video. If you bought other Easy products from us, they're also in the members area. Everything's under one roof. Now, the main product comes with 5 different spokespersons. It comes with Jack. He's our British spokesperson. It comes with Sarah. She specializes in general marketing. Todd, he does general marketing. Ashley focuses on local marketing. And Carrie focuses on local marketing. And Jack actually does local marketing and general marketing. Now, Ryan and Mark are unlocked through an upgrade. That's optional. I'll talk about that a little bit more later. For now, let's go ahead and just pick good old Todd here. So this is like having your own spokesperson that can just run over into the studio whenever you like. And you literally go through, use the software to pick what you want the spokespersons to say. So I click on this plus here, and all these scripts come up that I can choose from to build my script. Now, the way that I like to work is that I'm the kind of artist that if I was looking at a blank piece of paper and tried to draw something from my mind, I would struggle with it. But if I had something to look at, I'd do so much better. And that's how a lot of people are, especially when you're starting out. And if you haven't written scripts before, it can be tough to know what to say. So you have this huge library of scripts that you're able to select from and literally build the video of what Todd is going to say. So I'm going to start by going to the intro section. These are great lines to start your video. So, for example, welcome to our video. Hello, I'm so glad you're here. So forth. I'm going to start with welcome to our video. Now, the way that this works is whenever you pick something Todd's going to say, you also need to pick where Todd's going to be on the video. He could be centered right in the middle. He could be to the right. He could be to the left with text to the right. He could be, you just hear him and see the text, or he could be zoomed in. So the reason for this is because as we start to build our video and have all these shots of Todd, if we had him in the same position every time, it would look jumpy. And to make this fluid, because we're putting clips together, we need to have these transitions between. So I'm going to go ahead. I'll show you what I mean as we make this. We'll start with Todd just in the center saying, welcome to our video. There we go. Now, after that, how about if he says, I'm so glad you're here. You'll want to stick around as I promised. It'll be worth your time. I'll go ahead and pick that. For this, I'm going to have Todd be to the left and text to the right. And then I'm going to lay it on a little bit. I'm going to say, the contents of this video message are for your eyes only. That makes it sound really important. I'll select that. And I'm going to have, when that's said, it's just going to be Todd's voice with the the audio that the words coming across the screen. Now, keep in mind at any point as I build this script, I can go into the other categories. Let's say that you wanted to make a video on affiliate marketing. That's what I'm going to choose here, affiliate marketing. Make this a little bit bigger for you. So you just pick what Todd's going to say, and then he'll say exactly these things. I'm just going to fill some more in here. I have my screen zoomed up a little bit. Let's see here. I know I'm buzzing through because I want to build this video for you. So look, Todd starts out. Welcome to our video. I'm so glad you're here. You'll want to stick around as I promise it'll be worth your time. The contents of this video message are for your eyes only. And again, I want to point out that these lines that are in here just aren't lines that we just threw in. We spent a lot of time figuring out the best things that could be in here to allow you to make compelling videos. So, for example, when people start watching a video, telling them that they want to stay because it'll be worth their time, that's a great thing to say. And then saying that the contents of this message are for your eyes only, that makes it sound like it's this like special thing that people should really be paying attention. And then we go into the actual pitch in this particular video that I'm making. Did you know it's possible to make a full-time income online through selling other people's products? And then I go on to explain what affiliate marketing is here. Now, of course, our video can be longer. You can see that right now we have 6 clips. You can put up to 20 in a row in here. I'm going to go ahead and just end it so we can keep this moving. I'm going to end it by going into the closings section. Now here, you're able to choose how Todd is going to end this video. So for example, if you're making a video and you have a link for them to click below, then you would have him say, simply click the link below to learn more. If you are selling something on the page, you can say that, or simply click the link to the right of this video, to the left of this video. Fill out the form on this page, call for a free consultation. There's all these things that you can choose from, something about special discount, because as people make videos, you'll have different reasons, different actions you'll want people to take. Whenever you create a good video, you want to make sure that you're always telling people what you want them to do. So if the goal of the video is to build your list, then try to get them to opt into a form. If the goal is to get them to go to a sales page, then you can tell them to click a link. It's really up to you. I'm going to, let's say that you can learn, how about simply fill out the form on this page to learn more. I'll go ahead and pick that. And we'll have that be Todd to the left and text to the right. Okay, so at any point, I can just go ahead and save my template, which will then allow me to go back and work on it later. We'll call this Affiliate Marketing Todd 519. So now what that means is it's saved on here, and I could have a power outage and lose my place. I come back and the template is here in our members area. I can make the video, I can go back and I can make a change and so forth. Now, even though I have my script built and I can read over it and see if I like it, I can also take the script and I can move it around. If something doesn't seem right, I can edit those things. I can get rid of lines, add more lines in. But what I want to do now is add a background behind Todd. So I'm going to click on background here. And you can upload your own backgrounds. You can also choose from our library. I'm going to go ahead and choose the library to show you. We got a lot of cool stuff in here. Now, some of these do come with the upgrade, but the main product does come with 60 backgrounds. So I'm going to pick a background from that comes with the main product. I'll go ahead with this cosmic blue. Todd loves blue backgrounds. He feels pretty strongly that they're the most effective. So what's going to happen is this background is going to be behind Todd. Now, I can also add audio. I'm going to pull my headphones out so you can hear my speakers. The same deal. You can upload your own music track, or you can choose from our library. We got a lot in here. Let's see here. I'm going to play this one here. You just hit the play button and you can hear what it sounds like. That sounded a little too rough. Okay, this sounds more our speed. I'm going to choose that. Now, I want to go back and I want to check and see how loud that is compared to Todd's voice, because whenever you make a video, you want to make sure that the audio isn't overpowering the spokesperson. So I go back to audio and I'll hit play.
Well, you've come to the right place.
I don't know how well you can
Well,
hear
you've
this.
come to the right place. We would love to sit
I'm just making the music a little bit
you've come to the
softer.
right.
Okay, that sounds good. I'm gonna plug my back in there. Okay, so now I am all set. I can also add a watermark or lower third on top of the video if I wanted to. I can also add a closing slide, but we're just going to go ahead and leave it like this. I'm going to hit save, and we will go ahead and render the video. Now, that just lets you know that you might have to wait a little while. When you render the video, it's not instantly created. It typically takes anywhere from 1 to 3 minutes. At our busiest time, maybe 4 minutes. It's extremely fast. I don't need to stay on this screen. I could even start making a second video, but I'm going to keep it on the screen so you can see how fast this works. I'm just going to see if we have any questions here. Okay, someone said, do folks really believe for your eyes only? Yes, you know, it really depends on the market and who your audience is, but that's the beauty of this software. The main product comes with over 2,000 clips. So some people in certain niches are going to find the for your eyes only thing to be very effective. I still see it on sales pages. But some people are going to say this is dumb. Like if you were, for example, to make a video for a plumber, just for local business, I don't think I would put in there for your eyes only. But if you were doing affiliate marketing type of thing to a list where people were newer, it still seems to be effective in my opinion. But again, that's the beauty of this, because if you look at a line and think it's hokey or it's not going to fit your style, then you don't use it because there's so many lines to choose from. You're able to build these videos how you want. If this was just a template and you were to buy maybe say 30 templates from us, and one of them was about affiliate marketing, one of them was for YouTube marketing or whatever, you wouldn't be able to change it. And that's how perfect this is, because you're able to decide what Todd says. And some people, when they make videos to get people to sign up for a list, some people might be more aggressive than others, and you're going to be able to choose what level you'd go things at because you literally piece the words together. Now you can see here that this is processing. The number goes up and down because it's actually going through each clip that I put in there. We're going to change that so it's just one overall progress bar, but you'll see that it's done here in just a minute. Once it is done, I can download it to my computer, and now it works just like any other video file. I can upload it to YouTube. I can put it on Facebook. Look, it's done here. I'm going to go ahead and hit download, and it's going to jump to my computer. It's going to go wherever typically files go when you hit the download button. And it was saved as the name of my video when I saved it. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to play it. And it's on my other screen. I'll pull it over. Please note my video player and Todd's, because we're on Macs, starts out black. But I assure you, your video does not have the first frame black. The first frame is actually going to be Todd's. So let's take a look at this. I'm going to pull my... got my speakers back on here. Now, keep in mind, because this is a stream, frames are going to be cut out of this presentation, and it's going to look a bit jumpy, and it's not going to be synced up. You can see demos for yourself lower on our sales page and see just how smooth these look.
Welcome to our video. I am so glad you are here. You'll want to stick around, as I promise it will be worth your time. The contents of this video message are for your eyes only. Did you know that it is actually possible to make a full-time income online through selling other people's products? I'm not talking about making a small commission here, but more like 30, 50, sometimes even as much as 75% commissions when you make a sale. Just bring in a sale and collect your commission. Simply fill out the form on this page to learn more.
Okay, so that's it there. Now, we could have had additional thing at the end there. Let me show you, because I know that it ended kind of abruptly there. So once the video is done, I can go back and make a change to it. I could change the music. I could add more lines. I could take lines away. Here we go. Affiliate Marketing Todd, 519. So one thing you can do is you can go in, you can have a slide at the end that pops up that you're able to put information in here. And I know that says company name here, but it could really be whatever you like. You could have sign up for our newsletter or whatever, or just have no slide at the end at all. But once you have it, you can take the video, you can upload it to wherever you want to upload it to. You can also use it in other video programs as well. It's very flexible in that sense. Now, we just made a video about Todd for affiliate marketing. I want to show you the other side of things, because we have a lot of clips for, I just call it the general marketing category. So things like e-commerce and cryptocurrency, creating and selling digital products, things like that. We also have a lot of lines that fit anywhere, where they're called fillers, and you can kind of pop them in whatever you're doing. We would love to help you. Don't be overwhelmed. Help is here. We'll work with you to find the best options for your budget and so forth, things like that. But we also have an entirely different script that focuses on local businesses. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to choose we'll choose Carrie here. And she is able to make videos for local businesses. And you can see here that we have a ton of topics. Now, please note the main product comes with 8 different niches for local business. There's an optional local pack that unlocks 12 more. And in these markets here, what you're able to do is build a complete video for them. So let's take hair salon as an example. I've personally done a lot of work with hair salons, and I see Todd's back at his seat there. Great. So Todd, we were just about to dive into looking at creating a video for a hair salon.
All right, great.
We went through and we did a general marketing one with you, and now we're just talking about the other side of things. So keep in mind that businesses love to have commercials for their business, but typically they cost them a lot of money. There's a lot of businesses out there that can't just spend thousands of dollars on a commercial, but they would spend $300, $500 to you if you were able to make a commercial for them in a more affordable way. And when you have software like this, you can literally build the video for them and customize it in terms of what they want their business to say and what they want people to do after they've seen the video. There's a lot of options here. So, for example, when I worked with hair salons, I realized what hair salons like the most, how to advertise for them. So a lot of thought went into this, the scripts that are in here. Like, for example, I know that for a lot of hair salons, their cut and color service and highlights are like the big thing. It's what gets people through the doors, and they can upsell to them, but that's like the big thing that people come in for, especially that color. And that's where hair salons make a lot of their money. I also know that when you go to get your hair cut, it's a big deal for some people, and they don't want to trust it to just anyone. And that's why we play up on that in these scripts. So the point I'm trying to make is a lot of thought went into these scripts so you can make effective and powerful videos that hair salons are going to love. So you just go through and you decide what the spokesperson is going to say, and you pop it in, just like the other video that we just did. If you're just joining us, you're able to go through here, select the line that you want the spokesperson to say, and pop it right in, and then they will say that when you render the video. Now, you can also choose, I like going into the fillers category, because this is where you'll find a lot of lines that can kind of fit anywhere. So, for example, you're working with a hair salon, and you find out that you say to them, what are your selling points for your business? And they'll say, well, we're family owned. People like that we're a small business. We're not some huge chain. So that's great, because you can come here and you can have the spokesperson say, we are a family owned business. There's all types of things that you can put in to really customize this video for the business that you're doing this video for. You can even take a picture of the business. Like if you were to say to the hair salon, can you take a picture of your hair salon with nobody in it, just like your chairs and everything, and we'll put it in the background, so when the spokesperson does the video, it'll look like the spokesperson is actually right there in your hair salon. It's really cool because you can change the background behind the actual spokesperson. Now, for our demonstration here, I'm just going to go ahead and pick this this blue background, but you certainly could have a hair salon background as well. So you just go through and you make these, you pull these clips out. And Todd, we were talking about how you want to be changing the perspective. If we were to take the clips and just put them all in a row and always have the spokesperson in the center, it's going to look rough because of the cuts in between. So what we do is every time you go to pick a script selection, you're able to say how you want the spokesperson to be. So it's going to start with the spokesperson right in the center. Then it's going to be the spokesperson to the left, and this text will appear on the right. then it's just going to be the text on the screen. And then it'll be the spokesperson in the center. We're able to make these changes to keep the video fluid, and people won't know that it's a bunch of clips put together. It looks very smooth. I'm going to put in here, don't trust this job to just anyone, because that's going to resonate with people. People worry about that with their hair. And I'll say that what their services are. I'll put that in there. And then we'll go ahead and we'll go to the closing here. Of course, you can have your video have up to 20 clips in it. That comes out to be about 2 minutes, depending on what you're going with here. So this hair salon, I know that a big thing for them is offering people to come in for a free consultation. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to have that be the closing at the end there. And it'll just be the spokesperson right in the center. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to save this as Carrie Demo 519. And I'll save this. Now, I could go ahead and customize this for a business. Then I could go back and I could use this for another business, another business. Keep in mind, the main product does come with commercial rights. So you can take this and you can make the video. You can sell that video to a business and you decide how much you're going to charge. You get 100% of that money. And in the members area, we teach you how to do the selling to businesses, what to charge, all that kind of good stuff. I'm just going to go ahead and render this without music so we can get rolling. But of course I could add music, those kinds of things. So I see the question was asked, while we wait for this to render, I see the question was asked by Ned, I have some of your other products. How does this fit in for a video capability agency? Yes, that's a great question. So when you pick this up, you're going to get over 2,000 clips in a variety of things. About half of those are for local businesses, and it comes with 8 different markets. So you can go out there, you can make some demo videos for the different niches that are in here, hair salon, locksmith, and 6 others. And you can put those on your website where you sell your videos, and then businesses will be able to see it. You could say, I could make a video for this, like this, for your business. You could even be out and be talking with a business owner, run to the bathroom and make one of these videos on your phone, come back to them and show them a demo that you just made. It's pretty cool stuff. So yeah, this is a really great fit, and you know, those of you that know me know that local marketing is my thing, and that was the first thing that I thought of when I first started to design this. And then thinking about Todd and how great it would be to be able to have all these things, we put them together. But it's just as capable for a local marketing tool as it is for general marketing as well. So look at that. You can see how fast that video was created. I'm going to go ahead and download it to my computer. And we will play it, pull it over here, and I will pull my speakers out here.
Experienced and professional hair salon, you've come to the right place. Whether you are looking for a touch-up or a completely new look, we are here to help. We are a family-owned business. We're proud to be the top hair salon around, and we're committed towards having happy and satisfied customers. Don't trust this job to just...
Okay, so what I want to show you here is, I know that looks choppy to you because we're doing a stream here and frames are cut out and such, but I want you to see how if I was to have this video and it was just Carrie, that's the spokesperson's name, if it was just Carrie in the middle talking and we pieced together 10 different sentences, when she got to the end of one sentence and went to the next, her body would twitches. I don't know how else to explain it. It's weird looking.
That's a good way to put it. Twitch. Yeah.
Yes, it doesn't look natural. It looks exactly like somebody taped something together. So what you do is she says the first sentence, and then when she's done it, the next sentence she's over here. And when it goes from one clip to the next, it's seamless because 1 second she's here, and the next second she's here. And
so if she moves her body a little bit, you won't notice the change, is the point when that happens. And in fact, that's what the zoom in does as well.
And one of the options is to be able to have just text on the screen. And I think that's a great, when I make videos, I like to have that be something I really want to focus on. So if the business is family owned, that's a big deal. Someone's watching the video and then all of a sudden they don't see the spokesperson, their attention is completely on the text, and they hear the text, it can help it stand out. And then there she is in the middle again. And there she is zoomed in. And that's another effective transition also that I use whenever something's really important. I'll have the spokesperson be closer and like, listen to this kind of thing. And then there's the text again. And there she is in the center. So, but again, you can put it together however you like. And as you do this, we have it set up so you're able to see from a glance what you've done. We're going to put a color code in here over the next couple of days so you know that blue. I mean, of course, I know that blue means spokesperson's in the center. Yellow means spokesperson to the left and the text is to the right. But the point is, you don't want to have two yellows together or two blues together. Green is just text, and you could have all the greens together because text after text won't look jarring, which does bring me to another point. You could make a video that is entirely text. You could just have it be spoken with text, or you could have it be the spokesperson to the left and text to the right, and then just text, because that would allow you to take the video and like put it on Facebook. And if somebody had the video muted, which they do a lot on their phones, they'll still be able to read all the text in your video. And if you don't like text, you don't have to have any text in your video. So there's some neat options available to you as you build these videos. What are you thinking over there, Todd?
Yeah, looks good. Looks good. I'm going to call up my Camtasia to show how to do what you're talking about manually in just a few moments. So while you're speaking now, I'm going to call that up. Okay, now, for folks that come to the page, is there a way that we can get questions from people that come to the sales page? Is there a way for me to do that here on Google Hangouts? Or is that something I would have had to pre-do earlier?
No, I have the YouTube thing up, and I can put it in our Skype so you can go to it because you can see the questions there.
Really?
Yes. Let me do that for you.
Okay, yeah, I'm in the group on Skype.
Yes.
Very good.
If you just go there, you'll be able to see the questions to the right. And someone...
Look at that.
If you just go there, you'll be able to see.
Yeah, just
there's that delay, yeah. And someone... And I see someone ask a question about lower third, and I think that's a bug that we have in terms of someone put a lower third in and couldn't get it back out. I'm going to refer that to my programmer. Thank you for letting us know. All right, Todd. So if you want to take over there, show us your Camtasia stuff.
Yeah, I didn't actually call it up yet. I'm fascinated looking at the questions, actually. Hi, Todd. I included. All right. So are we not on my screen? We're off your screen now?
Right. I'm not screen sharing anymore. People can see me now with my horrible lighting and no makeup.
Yeah, my lighting is pretty bad too, but it's better than yours. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a light above me, and I tried taking that out, and it looks even worse.
At the beginning of this broadcast, folks saw me moving the lights around, trying to get the lighting a little more even. And while I'm talking about that, why don't I talk about just that, about even lighting? Now, one of my studios up in my place up in northern New England, right now I'm down in Florida, but one of the studios up there is very, very small. There's no room for lights like you see behind me. And the way that I solved that was I took lights more like what you see on the ground here. Okay, so right there you see like a little Target type light. I mean, literally, I bought it at Target. You can get it at Walmart as well. Any store really that is a department store. It's funny, I'm watching myself on the other screen with the questions and answers. It's about a 5 or 10 second delay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's interesting. Anyway, the point I'm making is those little lights, if you project it against white walls in all directions, or even the place I have up there isn't even white walls, if you just try to get the light out away from you and bouncing back from the walls in a small space, you'll succeed in having even lighting. So that's one way that folks can consider doing it, because you don't necessarily have to buy the more expensive lights. And as for the camera that you see right over my head there, that's one of those Canon DSLR cameras. Now, that one is, I think, the TI6S or something like that. And that's starting to move up a little bit in price. But if you move down to some of the versions that are a little lower in price, you could get them at a very good deal right now. And a lot of folks use that for video, even though they're meant traditionally for still pictures. So that takes care of that. And then right above that, you'll see the boom microphone. I'll stand up and show you that. You probably see my shorts too. I have to make sure I'm not in my underwear. So this right here,
This is quite a behind the scenes look here. I'll tell you what.
yeah. The reason I'm being so careful is because it's set exactly right. But that's, you know, an actual boom mic. So it's on one of those booms, and then the microphone's pointing down towards me. And I found that more effective than the lapels. For some reason, I was always getting the lapels not sounding perfectly, especially the ones that broadcast. Even when I was at the television station that I worked at, or various television stations, it wasn't always working 100%, the transmitter ones. So I have the boom, and it's right, like literally 10 inches from my mouth when I stand behind it. It's right. See how right off the screen there, you can't see the end of my hand. That's how the microphone's pointing down like this. And the reason I'm pointing over here is because I always measure, and it's really literally about 10 inches. This is an 8-inch span, and then another 3 inches out or so, and there's the microphone. And that's just the right amount to get the sound good. If it's too far away from your mouth, then the microphone will sound tinny, and it won't sound very, very deep. I unmuted the broadcast on my other screen, so I have to mute that again. Isn't that funny?
I have it paused on my other screen. I think it would drive me crazy to see me.
Yeah,
later
because I hit my key, you know, and it unmuted it. Okay. So the reason I wanted that other screen up is because that's where the questions are that you fed me just a moment ago. Hey, Todd, I included a lower third, which I subsequently decided I didn't want. I see that I could replace it, but haven't found a way to delete it so that there's no longer a lower third. Help. Matt, that's a Matt question.
Yes, and that is, and I looked as we were talking here, and that is an issue. We'll get that patched over the next day, Monday at the latest. Yeah, unfortunately, you'll have to start a new video. That's something we forgot to put in, and we'll fix that right away. There should be a delete button there, and there's not. So long story short.
All right. So did you see this question to get auto service shops related clips in?
Yes, you know what? That's been asked multiple times. So the main product comes with over 2,000 clips. There's nothing on auto repair in that. There is a club. There's an upgrade that's a club. It's $19.95 a month, and it comes with 650 clips a month. And one of the first things we're going to do is going to be auto repair because so many people have been sending that in.
All right. Okay, and then here's a question. What about the lights bouncing off the computer screen, especially if you wear glasses? So in this case, I have the anti-reflective lenses, but the way that we got around it at the television station is with lights reflecting off glasses, and it's a pretty awkward solution, and it looks kind of funky. But you ready? All right, so I'll sit back, and I'm going to put lights directly into my glasses. All right, so there's an example. Even with the anti-reflective, you could see it. This is what we would do. We would point them down. So when I go and I get my glasses done, rather than make it weird where I have to lift the backs up, I sometimes have them make the angle of the glasses a little bit more than it would have been otherwise. And it helps to deflect the light so that it doesn't create as much of a problem. But I have problems with reflections still on my lenses. You can see the way that this is set, and I have my head right now. You can see that it's not really an issue. But if my head was up, it would be an issue. So that's the whole point, is to have your glasses tilted down in relation to. Here I am without glasses. You see? This is what I look like. Now, I'll tell you a story about that, Matt. So I went to a television station for an interview, the one that I was at the most years in Boston. So I went for the interview in 1983. It was February or March 83. I walk in, have an interview. I said, all you have to do is give me a chance. Just put me on. That's a great way to do it, right? Put me on, give me a chance. This was a big station in Boston, and I just marched in, and I'd already done some work at other television stations, so it wasn't really such a stretch that he should hire me. But I arrive. He says, "Okay, we'll give you a chance." I arrive, and I'm sitting there in the weather center, and they're trying to train me. And then I get this urgent memo from the news director, who wasn't there on my first day, and it says, "Make sure you wear your glasses." So the guy wanted to make sure that he wouldn't see me without my glasses because he thought I didn't look good without glasses on. He thought I only looked good with glasses on. So I took that as kind of a backhanded compliment because I always have the glasses like glued to my head anyway. But that was kind of embarrassing because you're saying I look better with glasses than without glasses. So that's my glasses story.
Well, that's how everybody pictures you, and it just, it looks weird when you don't have them on because it's not what we're used to.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, at that station right before then, when I was in Albany, I got it in my head that I was going to grow a beard. I had to have the beard on the air. I was on vacation for a week. I had to have a beard because I had a beard when I was in college, and I liked it. I know it sounds a little weird because now I'm so clean cut, but I was young at the time, right? I was in my 20s, and I'm saying that I have to have a beard. So yeah, I guess I was. I was not even 30 years old. I was in my mid or upper 20s. And I decided I'm going to grow this beard on the air. And then people would write into the station, "I'm not going to watch you anymore because you have that Bluebeard guy on." It wasn't blue, but they called me Bluebeard. You believe that? So yeah, they weren't used to it. Anything you're not used to, of course, that's going to be a problem. Speaking of which, that's another topic I could talk about, spokesperson topic. Notice I put, Matt, what are you wearing?
I am wearing my flannel with a Star Wars shirt that I was trying not to call attention to, but like the flannel kind of hides it.
Yeah, but I called attention to it. So the reason that I did that is because I wasn't sure what you were wearing, but if I recalled, you were wearing that flannel with some T-shirt underneath.
Yes.
And I purposely threw this on right before I came on the air with you guys.
I figured, yeah.
I had a T-shirt on prior to that, and it was one that was sent to me by, who sent it to me? It was Mark Thompson and his partner. They're opening up a new affiliate system, and they sent me a T-shirt. It was really comfortable. I said, "Oh my goodness!" They even sent me my size, which is medium, and for a change, the medium fit me, which made me feel good because sometimes mediums are a little tight, and then I feel like I'm gaining weight. So they picked a size that fit, and it was really soft cotton, and I was wearing that all day. I said, "I'll wear this during the webinar this evening," and then I said, "You got to put your best face forward." I mean, unless you're trying to create a certain branding of yourself. Like, for instance, there's a guy that comes to every conference that Matt and I go to when we go to the conferences. There's a guy that always comes in pajamas because that's his branding, is that he is the lazy affiliate marketer or the lazy marketer, right? And he is the guy that can work from bed, and that's his branding. So he could get away with that. But for most of us, you should at least put on something fairly nice. So, I mean, theoretically, I should have a suit and tie on, although that would be a little bit formal for this particular case. But certainly putting on a collared shirt is going to be putting your best foot forward. Earlier, I showed using makeup, and I was mentioning you should use MAC makeup. And MAC makeup for talent is the best because it's a combination. The pressed powder is a combination of what is foundation and the powder that would go on top. It's like right in between, so it's not too heavy and it's not too light. And perhaps later on, in case you missed it, I'll show you the makeup that I use again. And I was pointing out at the beginning, Matt, that politicians have used it ever since the Kennedy-Nixon debate, when Kennedy crushed Nixon in terms of how he looked.
Yes.
And what they say, what the rumor is that I've heard, is that Kennedy told Nixon before he was going on, he says, "No, I'm not going to bother putting on any makeup." Nixon didn't put on the makeup. Kennedy then did. And then Nixon came on and looked extremely greasy during that debate that they had for the 1960 election. Pretty interesting story, because most folks agree that Nixon won the debate on radio, but lost the debate on television because of how he looked. He looked nervous. He looked shiny, and he just wasn't holding himself the same way. And that's interesting. I always say the best way that you should start out when you're doing spokesperson stuff, if you're trying to do it on your own, is to start with voiceover work, or in this case, use spokespersons that we, of course, give to you. Now, Matt was talking about my breezing through some Camtasia stuff, and what I was doing was I was going to call up Camtasia, and I'm going to share my screen once I do. And the reason I wanted to do that was because I wanted to show you how manually you could do with spokespersons exactly what we do automatically with the software. You don't have to necessarily buy our Easy Magic Video software. You can actually do this stuff manually by hiring a spokesperson and putting clips together. And that's, or you can have them do a whole video. That, of course, gets costly, but you can have them do something very specific that way. Somebody asked earlier today on the webinar, can they hire someone off of Fiverr that we actually have inside so that you could change what they say and then hire somebody for the meat of the video. And you can. Sarah is one of the people that is also on Fiverr. And then we have another one. I think it's the one with the British accent. Jack.
Yes, Jack, yes.
He also is on Fiverr. So I'm going to call up my Camtasia and load in a clip, but I have to find a clip to do so. So that'll take me just a couple of minutes.
Well, yeah, Todd,
go ahead, Matt.
Oh, go ahead. I was just going to say that while you're doing that, all these things that you're talking about just reminds me of everything that goes into having a spokesperson. I know that for me, because I've been doing spokesperson videos for a long time now, you know, it's finding the right spokesperson. It's, are they going to have makeup on? Is their lighting going to be right? Is their green screen going to be right? I told a story earlier today about how we had spent several $100s to hire a spokesperson and had to throw them out because it just wasn't, the quality wasn't good enough. And it's challenging because they have to look at the camera the right way. All these things that you might take for granted are so important with the presentation because there's nowhere to hide. They're right there on the screen.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we did believe me, we did the hard work for you with having the great spokespersons that we do have.
All right, so I have an idea of what I could share. Let me do a screen share then. When I first hit this, it's going to look funky like Time Tunnel or something. That's a show that I watched when I was young, and it's come back. You could watch it on like Hulu and things like that. Time Tunnel is a really interesting show in that they tried many times to repeat it, and they have one right now that's very similar to it. I'm trying to remember the name. Time something or another. Let's see, your entire screen. Yep, I'm going to share this one.
I didn't know Time Tunnel was on Hulu.
Yeah, I think so. The original Time Tunnel. All right, so we got that, and then we have this and this. Okay, so now are you seeing my Camtasia now, Matt?
Yes.
You are. Great. All right, so I'm going to do a file, and I'm going to import media. And we're going to look around for a clip to import. So this is how you would import, you know, of course, a video file to some any editor, any video editor, such as Camtasia or Video Builder. There's so many video editors that do very similar things, but of course, when they get into the more advanced functions, then it becomes much more elaborate. And we're going to go to, why don't I go to my Dropbox and my camera uploads, and we could look around in there. Hopefully there's nothing embarrassing in there. Camera uploads. I know what we could show. All right. You know what? It's me actually doing that demonstration I was doing before, where I was testing the distance between the microphone and my mouth. You can actually see me doing that here at the beginning of the clip.
I see the microphone there.
Yeah, there's the microphone, that boom mic I was telling you about. And if you look here, you'll see me actually looking pretty ragged with a beard, measuring the distance between my mouth and the microphone, so I knew I was close enough. And this was just a test clip. Let's see what I say. I'm going to listen low first, in case I say anything embarrassing. See how close this microphone is to my mouth? I mean, we're talking literally 8 inches. That 8 inch, an 8 inch, what? Diagonal? Okay, so in this case, what I do is I'm giving a demonstration, probably to myself, and not meant for anybody else. I'm looking kind of ragged in like long underwear. And we're going to change this clip, and we're going to cut it into 2 pieces, and we're going to change what I say. And in doing so, we're going to have to actually change the perspective. Let me show you what I mean. Here's the first part of the clip. You see how close this microphone is to my mouth? I mean, we're talking literally 8 inches. All right, so that's the first part of the clip. And now we're going to listen to more, and then I'm going to pick it up later in the clip. See that 8 inch, an 8 inch, see where I said, we want to take that out. Oh, of course, my Camtasia picks right now to freeze on me. That's too bad. I'm going to have to actually reboot it, the Camtasia, which won't take long, but I'll be able to call up that same clip. And I think what I'm going to show you is pretty cool. So just bear with me.
Are you on Camtasia 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I had a lot of problems with 2 until I saw that 3 was out.
Yeah, my Camtasia always does this to me. And what I do is I just have a very routine. I routinely save it. And that's how I get around it. So when you do run into a problem like that, I'm on a Mac, but you could do something similar on the PC. You do a force quit. And then I'm going to run it again. And it may or may not find it. If it doesn't find it, I just recall the clip in. But I'm pretty excited I found that clip because I'll be able to show you exactly what I mean.
When I do our sales videos, there's a lot going on in those, and I'll go to drag a new media file in, and then sometimes just, bam, it goes down. Yeah.
Yeah. I always get it where it freezes and it gives you that circle, which can drive you pretty crazy. Okay, so it's saved. Now, before I go any further, I want to save that clip in case that happens again. So I'm saving that, and I'm just going to save it as cam something. That's just in case I lose it again. It'll find it more easily later. But we've already split the clip a little bit. All right, we got the part at the beginning. You see how close this microphone is to my mouth? I mean, we're talking literally 8 inches. Now, if I want to go from that, where I say 8 inches, to something else, like this. What? Diagonal? 8 inches, what diagonal? Now, I don't like the what. I don't like the Let's see if I could just go to diagonal. Diagonal? It's a question mark, so we want it to be a little longer. What? Diagonal? All right, so we're going to include the but I'm going to show you the jump cut. Okay, so what I've done is I've taken some of this out in the middle, and now it's going to be a full sentence, even though I have an in it, but you're going to see the jump cut in the middle. Watch. You see how close this microphone is to my mouth? I mean, we're talking literally 8 inches. What? Diagonal? All right, now that didn't really look right at all, and the reason is because I moved my arm in the middle of that clip right here. My arm all of a sudden goes away. So if I wanted to distract the viewer, because now if you listen to it and you close your eyes and listen to it, it does sound like a sentence, even though I have an on there. Here, just listen to it. Close your eyes. You see how close this microphone is to my mouth? I mean, we're talking literally 8 inches. What? Diagonal? All right, so you didn't know that there was a seam in there from the way that the audio is laid down. But the seam is very obvious as I move back and forth. Here, let me zoom in on this. So you see how I'm moving my timeline? I'm going left and right with the timeline. And when I hit the seam right there, all of a sudden, my hand just is not there anymore. Now we need to distract the viewer. This is a severe jump cut. This isn't just a little one. This is severe. So one way to do it would be to just take out me totally here and just put text on another background behind me. All right. That's one thing you could do. But the other choice that you could do is like totally zoom in on me and forget that, that part where you have my hand and then you don't have my hand. And at first you'd think that that wouldn't work, right? But it will actually work. And let me show you how to do that. So again, what we're doing here is we're just showing how to change perspective in general. This is not the software Easy Magic Video. We're just showing how to change perspective to distract the viewer in general and how we do things inside Easy Magic Video automatically to do the same thing. So we're going to take this clip and look at it, and then this clip. Now, the first clip here, we want to get rid of that microphone. So we're going to, well, the microphone's part of what I'm talking about, so I guess we better leave it in. But then on this part, the microphone doesn't necessarily have to be there anymore. We've already shown it, and we wanted to change perspective. So we can make that second part much larger. So the first part we had here, and now the second part, we want to make the clip much larger. And you could really see my beard growing in there now, all right? And I'm wearing my tinted glasses, the glasses that turn in the sunlight and everything. I'm a real mess on this day. I'm wearing like long underwear top, so don't mind my appearance. Now you know why I used all that makeup. But now what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how that clip looks now that I zoomed in. Inches. What? Diagonal? So it doesn't really, the mind doesn't register when you see a completely different perspective. The mind doesn't care. You wouldn't even care if I was now in a different location doing that second part. I could have the first location right here indoors, and I could have the second location outdoors. That's what you're used to seeing on television commercials and in broadcast clips. You know, when you're watching broadcast news stations and they're doing stories, they do that as well. You see them cut to completely different scenes between thoughts. But it looks terrible when you see somebody like this and you have their perspective the same going from the first clip to the second clip. All right. So that's how we make things in Easy Magic Video so seamless. Is you're given the chance to make it a larger zoom in automatically or a zoom out, or you could put the person to the left, or you could put the person to the left, and you can have it with writing, or you can have just writing. And that's how we get away with it. Now, while we're in here in Camtasia, I want to show you how you would normally get rid of green screen for those of you that don't know, since it's so similar in all these various video editors. All right, so in Camtasia, this is the same one that's used for Windows and Mac. They're very similar right now. They were different at one point. They've merged together.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Yeah. So you go to Visual Effects and you pick Remove a Color. And I'm going to show you how I would do it. And then you go down to the clip. I could have selected both clips and done both. But you pick the clip and you bring your Remove a Color down to the clip like that. Then what you do is you click on Properties. And when you go to the actual movie icon right there, you will see that you have Remove a Color on the right. And the important thing to remember, there's only really two super important things. And that's this right here, where you select the color, and you pick the eyedropper, and then you pick a color. You're going to pick an average color from your background. Usually I tend to go towards the darker side. So it would be like this darker green right here is what I pick. And the other really important one is right here, tolerance. Now, this is called different things in different video editors. It's not always called tolerance, but you'll always recognize that it's the one that does the most to clean up what's behind you in terms of that green halo that you see like on my hair there. So you could move the tolerance over until I start to disappear, and then you'll want to back off. So you see how my shirt starts to disappear? Well, I want to back off from that a little bit. And now we could put another background in. So I go File, Import, Media, and I'm going to choose a background. And I will choose it from my Dropbox. I have backgrounds here somewhere. And I have some plain backgrounds similar to what we have actually inside Easy Magic Video. Here's a similar sort of shades of blue. And now I'm going to take the background, I'm going to put it below and therefore behind, below on the timeline and therefore behind in the preview panel right here. And you could see I'm almost perfect there. I still need to clean up just a little bit of green around my hair, and I could do that by tweaking those controls that we showed before. But that's how you would replace the background in a video editor. And with that, now I could take you over to the actual Easy Magic Video software and show you how all of this is done automatically.
As far as moving the green screen, Todd, depending on the spokesperson who did it, also the green screen itself can be challenging to remove, which is one of the things that with our software, what we did was we removed the green screen ourselves. The software doesn't do it. We painstakingly remove that green screen so that way it's as good as it possibly could be, the whole for all the clips, and then that's what's loaded into our software.
Right. And as a matter of fact, we're still actually tweaking some of the clips that are in there.
Yes.
That doesn't mean they're not good. It just means that we're making them even better. But that also means that you don't have to worry about that when you do a background behind any of these spokespeople in Easy Magic Video. Already, the green has been removed and the background will automatically fall. So everything that I just did has already been done, you know, what I just did in Camtasia. So now we're going to, with what I just showed you, how to do it manually. Now let's make a clip. And again, we're going to make this clip and then I'm going to take a look at some of the questions that may be being asked. And I'm just going to move around a few screens here.
As you're doing that, just to go back to what you were sharing, the question was asked, Ned wanted to know, was that a directional mic on the boom?
It is. It's directional. It's not omni. That's a good question. I didn't lose you, did I?
I'm still here.
Okay. You can see my Audacity popped up.
Yes.
Audacity is a great little audio editing.
Yeah, it sure is. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's free, right?
Yes, it is free. It is free indeed. We used it at the last television station I worked at. All right, so here we are on the inside. And we press create video, as you know. And then once you do that, upper right, create video. Let me go and go back to the members area. There it is. Okay, depending on your membership level of what other software you may have purchased from us previously, you may have other things showing up like Easy Video Creator, Easy Spokesperson Creator. Now, just to be clear, Easy Spokesperson Creator, one of our previous softwares or software packages, it had those templates. There were spokespeople in them and they said things, but you couldn't change what they said. You could change some of the text, but you couldn't change what they said. So that's why Easy Magic Video is a leap forward from that and why we're so excited about it and has such a fabulous future ahead of it. So I'm picking Easy Magic Video, and my internet, of course, is just frightfully slow. It's funny because I have Spectrum and they talk about how fast Spectrum is. And for some reason here where I am in Florida, it seems to be dependent on how many people other than me are also using Spectrum at the time. I don't want to give them a bad name or anything, but they better get over here and make my service faster. It's just crazy.
Well, Todd, it's certainly not like we also had a streaming thing right when we launched, and Todd wasn't feeling well. And as a joke, Todd had a skeleton in his chair. And whenever the camera would go to Todd, he would be in his skeleton. It would just be his skeleton. And so it was me doing all this stuff. And the problem was that my internet or YouTube kept kicking me off. So people would hear me. And then all of a sudden the video would just randomly go to Todd as a skeleton. And people that were watching it had no clue that he was sick or anything. So it was freaking people out. And there wasn't anything we could do about it.
Oh, that's too funny. Yeah, I put the skeleton back. My wife doesn't even know I borrowed it. It's her skeleton. She loves skeletons. She walks around with skull t-shirts and has skulls over the house.
Because at first it was a fine joke, because I'd be like, over to you, Todd. And then I would have the camera go to Todd and he was just there as a skeleton. And then I would explain to everybody what was going on. But then the 5 other times it got kicked off, it was just a silence and a skeleton for a good minute. But what a sales presentation.
Yeah, that's funny. All right. All right. So in this case, I'm using Sarah to show my example. She's convenient right here in the middle. And that's the template that I've clicked on. And by clicking on her right off the bat, what I've done is, and I'm going to show you that, in my Camtasia, what the equivalent is. The equivalent is so far. You know what? Let me do it with me. I'll go back and I'll pick me. Hold on. Since I'm in this. All right. So I'm backing up. I'm going back to the templates, as they're called, where it says choose template. Select template. So I'm going to select me. General Marketing Todd, where I look a little less ragged. I clicked on that, and as I said, my internet's going a little slow today, so that's what we're waiting for. So at this point, by clicking on me, what we've done is we've now, if I was doing this in Camtasia manually, we've now selected me without a background, and also without a microphone there. So I'm going to make it a little larger. Okay, so basically, you now have me like this against black and centered. All right, that's already been done now in Easy Magic Video automatically. Automatically, you already took out the green behind me. Now we're going to choose a background. So I always suggest, even though you could do all kinds of fancy stuff, I did it earlier today. I did it while we were doing a webinar. We uploaded the actual background from my drive. We put it into Easy Magic Video, and it automatically just popped right in. And then we didn't even have to choose from previously uploaded. It was already automatically selected. But to show you what was previously uploaded, see this right here is what I chose earlier. It was this scene here that you see it as just a little bit of yellow, but those are actually the trees that we showed earlier in this broadcast tonight, blowing in the background. But I'm not going to do that right now because I want to show you what's most similar to what we just looked at in Camtasia, and that's to choose from the Easy library. And that would be a, sort of darker blue background. Blur 6 right here. Blur 6 is very similar to what I did just now. And even better looking would be Blur 8. So let's use Blur 8 and choose that. Now, by choosing Blur 8, we now have a blue background behind whatever we're going to do with the clips, because we haven't put the clips together yet. All right, so now we're going to take a look in Camtasia. Where do we stand here? Now, if I was doing this manually in Camtasia, that would mean now I would be in front of a blue background, very similar to this. All right, so we've already done that just by clicking the background and picking the blue. Now we want to do is we want to choose a clip. And this is where it gets so exciting. Now, I mentioned to Matt earlier, I would suggest that we call this intro and put it at the top, because we're going to start with an intro almost every time instead of having to, look around for it. Intro and closings and fillers, I was suggesting should be at the top. So we're probably going to move that.
Yes, I talked to the programmers about that this afternoon, and we will do that. We couldn't do it like that, snippety snap, because right now they're in alphabetical order, so we have to make some changes. But yeah, the next couple of days we'll have that at the top. It makes sense.
Okay, so I've chose the intro, and we've looked at the intro category, and earlier today I showed where we finished by saying let's get started. Now let's start by saying let's get started, which is the way I don't usually start. And that's actually going to be me saying it, I guess. I didn't realize I said let's get started. I don't remember saying it when I was in front of the camera. Let's see if I actually did. So we're going to do let's get started. I'm clicking on that. Now I have to choose, and this is what's so key. Am I going to be centered when I say that without text, which means kind of a zoom out, or am I going to be centered and zoomed in, or am I going to have text to the right of me, or is it going to be all text? Well, for let's get started, that should probably be something zoomed out, I think. So we're going to start with a zoom out, or zoomed in, I mean, where it's close in on me. And then the next clip, after I say let's get started, I'm going to either put another intro, or I'm going to go straight into a niche. Let's see if there's any other intros that could go after let's get started. Let's get started. The contents of this video message are for your eyes only. That sounds pretty cool, but if it's going to be me again saying it, we're going to have to zoom out. So that would be this, centered, no text. That means not zoomed in, not a close shot, but just a wide shot. Right? So I have close, then I'm going to wide. Now let's take a look at what this would mean in Camtasia. If I was doing this in Camtasia, it would mean that my first clip here, I would have had to be zoomed in like this. And my second clip here would have had to be zoomed out. Now, I didn't take the background out, but you get the point. So this is what's all happening automatically in Easy Magic Video. Now, the next clip that we want to do after we have that fancy intro is we're going to, oh, look, here's another one I could use. Be sure to pay careful attention to this entire message. Let's do text only on that one. Let's do another text only after that in our actual niche. So the niche in this case, we could do affiliate marketing. That's at the top. And one of my favorite things to talk about, actually, I like list building. List building. Let's do list building. The money is in the list. Chances are you've probably heard that before. That's why I wanted to use that clip. So let's use that text only. So just by the color coding, I could see I'm zoomed in, zoomed out, all text, and now we can have something about something more, and then we could close it. So now we're going to press the plus again, and let's see what else we could say. Getting there, though, well, that's another story. That sounds good. In this case, we could do text to the right, let's say, where you see me again, but now the text is actually going to be next to me. And then we could close with a real tight shot zoomed in. And in order to close, we have to go to closings, and we want to do a call to action. Let's have them this time. Usually I do a opt-in call to action. This time, let's do a simply click the link to learn more. All right. And this choice zoomed in by the color coding. Again, we started zoomed in, we zoomed out. Then we had 2 clips of text. Then we had me next to the text, and then we finished zoomed in. That's really all we need. We have the background already in there. We could even change the background on some of these. Like, for instance, I could change the background that's behind the text to differentiate it. That would look even better. So why don't I do that? I'll click that right there. I'll change the background. I'll choose from the library. I'll make it a different color. Let's do kind of a, I want to do like a black-blue background. Let's see what I got. Here's sort of a grunge black background. We'll put the text on top of that. Okay, and we'll write change. All right, wait a minute. Save. And then we'll do it again on this one. Do that grunge. And save. And I think we did it on both. And now what we're going to do is save it. Save as sample. And then we're going to hit the render button down here. Or we could put audio on. You know, Matt didn't show you audio just a few minutes ago. We could choose from our actual library, or we could upload audio. I used Alternative 5 earlier. Matt likes some of the corporate themes better. That's a pretty good one. Let's use the corporate theme right here. I'm going to choose that.
That clip that you just picked, I heard that on a commercial on TV the other day.
Really?
Yeah, that's a popular one.
Now, I just picked the corporate theme, but I want to make sure the audio and my voice sound good together. So if I click audio again, I get another choice. I get a choice to play around with the audio loudness, volume.
Well, you've come to the right place. Well, you've come to the right. Well, you've come to the right place. Well, you've come to the right place. We would love to sit down with you to determine how we can help. Well, you've come to the right place. We would love to sit down with you to determine.
That audio is quiet because that was actually one of the first ones that we put in, and that the volume itself was already cut down.
It's okay. It came out good once I lifted the volume up. It's fine.
Yeah, a lot of the audios we didn't adjust before we put them in, so you could adjust it. Because it would never be a reason for you to have it so loud normally.
Now I have to save this again before I actually render it. So I saved it. Now that's on the upper left right there. And now we're all done. We've created a pretty long video. This is over 30 seconds. So I'm going to click render, press OK. And then this is actually going to throw us into my videos right here. And it says on cue. Now, because we had many clips in here, this is going to take a good 2 minutes to actually render. So keep that in mind. Now, if I wanted to put audio into my, track here in Camtasia manually, and I only got 2 clips. You saw how I just started throwing clips on inside our software so quickly. That would have taken me a lot of time to do manually, and to switch around the perspectives and everything manually would have taken me a long time. Plus, now I also have to go into my hard drive and have to get the audio out and put the audio down and adjust the levels. I mean, it would have been a really big to-do to do it in Camtasia, and this is one of the simplest pieces of software to use in terms of a video editing software. But in terms of all these clips already being in the bank and ready to string together like that, and then all this editing is done where you're directing and producing the video. And look at that. It's already done. It just finished. It was less than 2 minutes. So I'm going to save that. And we called it Todd Sample. I'm going to keep the name the same. Put it on my desktop. And let's take a look at it. Hopefully it came out okay. We do these things live and they don't always come out perfect. So let's make sure everything's kosher. I'm going to hold the microphone to the actual speaker. Keep in mind that when we play this and you watch it, as Matt mentioned before, it will seem jerky and it will seem like it's out of sync because of the fact that we're broadcasting and there's a delay and it doesn't handle that perfectly. But you'll get the general idea.
Let's get started. Let's get started. The contents of this video message are for your eyes only. Be sure to pay careful attention to this entire message. The money is in the list. Chances are you've probably heard that before, and for good reason. It is true. Getting there, though, well, that's another story. While building a list is not difficult to do, you do need to know how to do it the right way. Simply click the link below to learn more.
All right. Besides the double let's get started, that came out really, really good. So I obviously put the same thing in the very beginning there twice, which is something we could edit out. And I can show you how to do that. So let's look at that and see where we did that.
Let's get started. Let's get started.
Yeah, let's get started. Let's get started editing that video, Matt. So the way you do that is you go into my templates in the upper right. All right, now me and Matt did this earlier. It's by alphabetical order. So we called that Todd something. Test 4 lines. Todd sample. Remember, we called it Todd sample.
We've done so many demos, and I never have like a system how I name it. It's just kind of have to remember.
Yeah. So you see, I did put let's get started in twice. So that's easy to fix. I just press delete, put it in the garbage can. And now I fixed that. Now I would save it and re-render it, and boom, voila, it's all set. There you go. Now I'm going to unshare my screen and check out to see if there's any questions on what we just did. And remember, gang, one of the reasons we're here is because we have a price bump coming up. And that price bump is happening tonight, later at night, right before Matt goes to bed, because he stays up late. He's going to be up until 3 a.m. Eastern time. That's midnight Pacific. And if he falls asleep before then, he's going to change the price when he first gets up, when he gets into the back office.
Hey, the question was asked when you were in there if you wanted to change the order of what's said. And yes, you can just drag and drop. Very simple to change the order around. Because when I build videos, sometimes I'll just pick sentences that I think sound good. And then later I'll change the order around to my liking.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, my screen didn't unshare yet, and I could show you that. That would be right here on the right-hand side of the color. You see that? It's very similar to if you're in some of the software or some of the apps on your phone. Like, for instance, my Spotify, it's the same thing. If you want to change the playlist, you just drag it, up or down like that. You just grab it and drag it up. That would be now making this first and that second. The contents of this video message are for your eyes only. Let's get started. Be sure to pay careful attention to this message. That would have actually worked. That will work. So I changed it around right there. All right.
If you hired Todd or another spokesperson to do a video and you didn't like a line that they said, you would be stuck. You certainly couldn't have them do a new line unless you were going to pay for them to do another session. But with this, you can be changing things to your heart's content.
And I think I changed it back out of the screen share, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm getting really good with these Google Hangouts, or tiny bit good, tiny. All right, great. Now we have the question answer box on the right. Oh yes, of course, Ezra. Yes, there are definitely upsells in here. We spoke about this earlier. However, you get so much with the base product. You get 8 niches in the local, and then you get at least that many in the affiliate, in the internet marketing realm. So you get a whole bunch, but then Matt's going to go over some of the upgrades that you can get on the inside in just a moment. Ned asked if there's any, well, it got cut off on my screen, but it says, is there any shade of blue that's better than another? Right now, the darker blues are better to use because the text is in light color. So if you're using text, keep in mind you want a dark blue behind, or a dark color behind.
Yeah, and while you were doing something, I had mentioned how blue was your favorite background in terms of performance.
Well, when I worked at the television stations, they always had focus groups. Now, focus groups you have to take with a grain of salt because they're kind of silly. You take a whole bunch of people together and you sit them down in a room, you show them, a clip on TV. And then what they vote for is not necessarily what is best for the television station. It's what that group of people not only sees and prefers, but even if you took another eclectic group of people from all over the place in your television market and show them again, they would probably choose the same thing again. But over time, things change. I'll give you a good example of how these focus groups can fail. Weather forecasts. So I was a weather guy on TV, right? And they would put these groups together. And what was important to the group as a whole would be a fast and dirty weather forecast. They wouldn't want any of the background stuff behind the weather forecast. I will tell a secret to you, and you'll be able to guess who the person is. All right. But I can't say his name. It wouldn't be right. But a great example is a rumor that I heard that my friend and intern that now works at the Weather Channel, that you guys, if you watch the Weather Channel, you know him. Okay. He's like their most popular guy. His voice is on everything. You know him. He was not popular in the focus groups, and they were trying to move him a little bit away from being on TV a lot, and they put him out in the field a lot instead. And that's because focus groups don't really always know what they're talking about. Now, the core group of people that would watch the Weather Channel, that were really interested in the meat and potatoes of the weather, the real fans of the Weather Channel that would be there year after year after year, that wouldn't budge, they loved this guy from the beginning, and they still love him today. And anybody that watches the Weather Channel probably has already figured out who I'm talking about. He's been there for years, and he was originally came up through the ranks as one of my interns at the television station I was working in Boston. But another, example of weather forecast, when they would watch my weather forecast, they'd say we'd want quick and dirty weather. Don't give me all this other gibberish and stuff. We don't even want a boating forecast. We don't want an aviation forecast. We don't want to know, the hows and whys. Well, you know what they never really realized is that when you take the people that are interested in some of the details, the people that are interested in the boating forecast, the people that may be interested in aviation forecast, the people that may be interested in the hiking forecast, and you combine all these people that weren't in the focus group, they add up to a pretty large compendium of people that are going to follow you and will therefore be your fans in that same TV weather arena. So that's an example of how the focus groups won't always work. So I got off on a tangent story, but the reason I did was because we were talking about colors. And one of the things the focus groups always selected was that blue and red coloration that you see on so many of the broadcast news stations. And it's been going on now for about 2 decades. I'd say almost 20 years that those were that deep blue color, and usually with red highlights, is a very popular color to use, because they found that it helped keep the viewers viewing when they did, focus groups next to each other who preferred. And I also had other ways to try to measure that. But as I said, you have to take the focus groups with a grain of salt. So we were reading some of the questions.
Yes, I wanted to give a quick shout out to Alan Lundy. He's watching us right now. Alan is one of our beta testers, and we were so thankful and appreciative of all the amazing help that he was able to do, along with others. What a great group of people.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, Matt, you know that we're seeing the Easy Magic video screen when you come on, right?
Yes, I did that just so people would see about the coupon and everything.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, because Magic is the coupon to save $10. We're taking that off later tonight. We're raising the price to $47, and you want to make sure to get in now if you can. For those of you that are just hitting the sales page now, the reason that we're on here live is because this is kind of the end of our launch week, and then this product will still be available. It's just that the price is going up. So you came here at a really opportune time. You really picked a good time to check us out. And we also would be curious to hear if you're able to interact with us, because it's a Google Hangout. We're curious to hear how you like having this on the sales page, because we've actually never done this before. We've seen it done before. We've actually never done it. All right. The next question is, we will be going over those upgrades shortly. Yes. If you want to change the order, right? We mentioned that. Will the replay be available on your YouTube channel for later viewing? Shannon set it up. I don't know.
Luann said yes.
Yes? Okay. I have to put my Skype back on so I could see Luann as well. Oh, yeah. She wrote that to Ed. I want to buy Easy Magic Video at current, but I can't load my debit card until Tuesday, as the next 2 days are holidays in my country here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Can that be arranged? Yeah, what you need to do is you need to write to Matt at internetmarketermatt.com. Did I get that right? Matt
Yes.
at internetmarketermatt.com. And Matt will put that, well, I guess there is no chat here to put it in. Is there a way to put that in?
I just put it in. Oh, no, it won't let me put my email address in. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's Matt. It's an easy one, though. Matt at internetmarketermatt.com. Internet is INTERNET. Internet marketer Matt.
You can also use, I'm putting it on the screen here, support at Internet Marketer Matt. Oh, I got to fix this. You can't see it so good.
Yeah. Look at that.
There's a lot of text on there. I'll just get rid of this here. So yeah, so any issues, any questions, you can reach us at support at Internet Marketer Matt. You can email Matt at Internet Marketer Matt too. I'll get that too, but this is our support desk, and people will get to you a little bit quicker.
Now Scott has a good question, and it's a pretty in-depth question. It's at first glance it sounds off topic, but it's not. And the question is, can we show how to build a list on this webcast? And actually, that's what this software is perfect for, is for building a list. What you need is something to deliver to somebody in order to build that list. So if you want to talk about affiliate marketing, if you want to talk about Facebook marketing, what you just need is to have some sort of write-up that you make or that you get from the internet, and be ready to hand that out when you put together the video and ask somebody, because I'll be asking the person, or the other spokesperson will be asking the other person to share their information in exchange for the free report. All right. Then you get the email address and the name of the person, but you've got to send them that free report. And of course, the way to do that is to have an autoresponder service, something like Aweber, GetResponse, Constant Contact. There's many others. And when you have that autoresponder service and they opt into your list via the video that you've put together with Easy Magic Video, then you automatically send them their free report, and you now have someone that's interested in that niche that you're trying to build, is interested in, let's say, Facebook marketing. And then when you have other products to promote that involve Facebook marketing, you now have somebody that's interested in that. And that's how you would use this software. Now, I've actually been doing this very same thing, believe it or not, almost identical, except not quite as automated. I've been doing it since my very first product, October 19th, I think it was, or the 12th. It was mid-October back in 2006. All right. So it's 12 years almost that I've been doing the same exact kind of videos, coaxing people to opt in. It's one of the things that I've been doing. So when I said the money is in the list, you've heard that before and all that Matt had me say, I actually said that back in 2006, but those videos were template based. I would say the one thing, and that's all I would say. You couldn't change what I'd say. You couldn't change it to where I'd say, click here for more information, right? I would only say, for the free report, opt in, please give me your name and email address, please. So that's the answer to that one. The script example, yeah. So the script example was in there. I just showed it a few moments ago. And that was one of the choices under list building. And that is share your information. Please just supply your information and we'll send you a free report. And there's a few variations of that in there. And that's all, it's all in there in Easy Magic Video under the list building category. Now, I think list building is not in the front end product, Matt. Is that the first OTO?
Yes, that's in the upgrade, and we can share those specific niches shortly here.
Why don't you do that, since the other question was on talking about what the upgrades are?
Okay, great. So yeah, I'm just going to drag this over. So picking up Easy Magic Video gets you over 2,000 clips and backgrounds and music, all those things. We're able to go out and make these videos. It also comes with commercial rights, which means that you can take those videos and sell them to businesses. Now, the markets that it comes with it comes with a lot of lines that you can kind of use depend on just about any video that you would make. Intros like, welcome to this video, and you want to make sure that you watch this, those kinds of things. We have intros. We also have a lot of lines we call fillers that are things like, I promise this will be worth your time, and check this out. Just a lot of different things that kind of fit in a lot of different topics. Then we have a lot of ways for you to close videos. Click to the right, click to the left, sign up for our list, all these different things. We have clips based on scarcity. So you might say to someone, this is a limited offer for a limited time. We have clips that actually make an offer to the person that's watching it. We also have some transition clips. So you might have the spokesperson say like, check this out, or but, or another thing, things like that, to kind of mix things up in what you're talking about. Then we go into a lot of different just market specific topics: general marketing, affiliate marketing, e-commerce, creating and selling digital products, Facebook marketing, making money with PLR, and cryptocurrency. Now, we also go into, in the main product, local marketing niches. These are videos that you would make to sell to a business. And remember, you get the commercial rights, so you literally can sell it to the business. Locksmith, plumber, real estate, child custody, pest control, computer repair, chiropractor, hair salon, and then also some specific closings for businesses, and lines that could go anywhere as well. So that all that adds up to be over 2,000 clips. That's the main product that you're able to get. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about the upgrades. The first thing that you would see if you pick this up is an option to come into the upgrade. Now, with all these additional purchases, of course, you don't need to have any of them. Easy Magic Video by itself is going to give you what you need to get out there and start doing this. However, if you want more options, more things to be able to pull from, then you're going to want to check this out. So the upgrade literally doubles what you have. The main product comes with 5 spokespersons, and the upgrade unlocks 2 more and unlocks an additional over 2,000 clips. So that means that you'll have literally double the amount of clips to be able to use to make your own videos. It comes with more backgrounds and music as well, and it's $47. During this special launch time, it's $47. Here's the 2 spokespersons that you get in addition, and you can see samples of them on the sales page. But in terms of the actual topics that you get, I think that's right here. Okay, you get more of everything is what I say. You get more introductions to open up your videos. You get more ways to close it. You get more lines that fit anywhere. You get psychological triggers. These are specific lines that have been proven in marketing to get people's attention and to urge them towards that sale. They're things that just have been proven to work in marketing 101 type of thing. You get clips that refer to proof, where the spokesperson might say something like, this has been working for other people. You also get specific clips on list building. That's a huge one. YouTube marketing, Facebook ads, membership sites, traffic generation, email marketing, Instagram, e-commerce software, making money from Amazon, selling t-shirts, multi-level marketing, all those included in the upgrade. In addition to, on the local marketing side, you get more intros, more closings, more lines that you can use anywhere. Again, just overall more options. And that's the upgrade. Now, there's also, just going to check here, see if we got any questions coming in here. Okay, so we also have the agency upgrade. And what this comes with a website. So the agency upgrade is aimed at people that want to be selling their videos to other people and want to get a jump start on that. I've found over the years of making products that what it seems to hold people back as far as getting out there and selling videos is having a website to sell them from. So that's what this is. It's a website to sell your videos from, plus an additional 1,000 clips for you to make your own promotional videos. So let's talk about what that means. So the website that this comes with is really cool. It's WordPress based. It's very easy to use, and you can see that it's very professional and modern looking. And it has this really cool sales video that I made that you're able to use and customize to yourself. It shows examples of the videos and everything, and you'll see that this website has demos of the spokespersons on it already. So you get this website, and it takes about an hour to get it set up and customized. You got to change your phone number don't have people calling this number when they want a video. You do need to do a little bit of customization, but not very much. The phone number and your business name, just a couple things. But if you want to customize it to a larger level, you can do that too, because we give a lot of training on how to add your own pages and videos and all that stuff if you want to. It also has a lot of features. It has a built-in autoresponder. It has an appointment scheduler. All these things are right here for you if you would like that option. Now, this agency upgrade for $67 also comes with over 1,000 clips for you to make your own videos to sell your videos. Let me go ahead and show you that. Well, my screen looks a little bit, let's make it a little bit larger there. So if I were to go and so let's say that I wanted to make a commercial to market myself to the dentist or market myself to the chiropractor. It unlocks these categories. One of them is called selling commercials. So look at these lines here. If you're looking for new ways to grow your business by getting new customers, or video is an incredible way to get your message out. Statistics on video. 9 out of 10 people found viewing a video helpful when using a service. It's over 30 clips here just in this category that talk all about why video is so great, so you can make your own commercials that you then use to sell your own services. It also unlocks commercial lines about search engine optimization and social media marketing as well, because, hey, a lot of people like to sell those services too. So that's the agency upgrade. And again, it comes with the website and then also the clips to sell your own services. Now, we also have another upgrade that's called the local pack. And what this does is, if you're into local marketing, this unlocks an additional 2,000 clips spread across 12 additional local marketing niches. So the ones that this unlocks is, let's go to it: personal injury attorney, credit repair, auto dealer, home remodeler, painter, HVAC, which is heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, dentist, roofer, cosmetic surgery, water damage restoration. That is a huge one right now, by the way. Accountant and fitness trainer. So that's 12 additional markets that you're able to jump in to sell these videos to other businesses. And that's the local pack. We have one last offer that's available to you. And this is a really cool one. This is the club. This is your chance to get new content every month, like clockwork. Basically, the club is going to cost $40 a month, but during this special launch period, it's only $19.95 a month. And you're going to get 650 new clips every month. This is going to be where we dive further into the markets that we have. We're going to go into new markets. We're also going to come out with trending clips that are timely. Like, I'll give you an example. This is something that we would have done if we weren't in the middle of a launch. We would have had a clip ready for you for this weekend that would have talked about the royal wedding. So that way you could have spokespersons saying, are you excited for the royal wedding this week? Well, you should also be excited about, and then it goes into your video. Like the idea to be able to take current events and pop them in a timely manner, so that way you can put that kind of stuff in your videos, because people like those kinds of hooks sometimes. Another thing that the club's going to unlock is we're going to add new spokespersons to it, and you also get to have input on future clips. You're going to be able to go in and submit and tell us what you want the spokespersons to say, both as far as topics and specific lines. So if you want to be able to have input on where this goes as the community, the club is where you'll want to be. So that's $19.95 a month. It's typically going to be $40 a month, but during the special launch period, we've got that special discount in there, and that's the club. So those are our upgrades. And let me see if we have any questions here. Get back to our handy dandy thing here.
I saw this question before. Luann posted it in Skype for us that Carlos wanted to know if the videos could be uploaded to Instant Video Agency. Did you? Yes. They sure can. These videos, once you download them, they can be added to anything that you could add video to. So Instant Video Agency, for example, yes, you can put your own videos on that site, and these would be no different.
All right, great.
Yeah, this is cool. This is only the second or third time that we've controlled the Hangouts. I've done Hangouts with other people plenty of times, but I've never actually controlled them. So I'm looking down through the questions now. Is there list building scripts in the 1995 a month club? That's a very good question because there isn't, since we already have it in the first one-time offer. But since you could skip the first one-time offer and the second and the third, go straight to the club, we would have to actually listen to you and build an alternative list building script if you were to request it. Absolutely. I would certainly do that for you. That's a very good question.
Yes.
To address GDPR on the website. Now, that's a perfect example of current events.
Yes,
GDPR, of course, Matt, is that European Union thing that's going on right now, where you have to abide by certain rules on your websites, such as your WordPress website, or you can be fined. And this is a big topic right now, and it's the 25th of May that it goes into effect. And that would be perfect for us to do, stuff on that, because people want to sell information about how to avoid the fines and penalties. And I think that's the best example that anyone's ever given of our idea that came from your brain, by the way, Matt, of doing current events on a monthly basis. Perfect.
Yeah, I'll say we need to get that out right away.
Oh my goodness. Ed says he's going to go have dinner with his dear wife. My wife gave up and went to sleep. And then I went in to check on her. It's dark in the room. And she could see, but I can't see because I came from the lights here. So I just started talking. And I said, "Oh, you're watching blah, 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 blah." And she just, because I didn't realize she was sleeping. And I just, boomed from this sort of interaction that we're doing right now. I just boomed in there in the bedroom. Are the OTOs going up in price too? I want to get in there and play with the front end first, then decide. Well, they might go up, but I don't think that they're going to go up tonight. So why don't you get it, go and play with it, and if they do go up, then and you're upset about that, write to us. But right now we're going to hold them for you for at least the weekend. All right, but they may go up too during the week, so keep that in mind. All right, and that's the questions at this point, Matt.
And just a reminder that this special launch pricing does end at midnight. Now, I can tell you, though, it's midnight Pacific time. So you do have some time. We're here. Please ask us questions. You don't have a lot of time. And we're talking about the price increasing and also our coupon magic, where you can save $10. That is going to be gone.
Someone asks, did I ever work at KVUE in Austin? No, but I did visit Austin in 1983. And that was for a potential to work in Austin on television. So I am familiar with Austin and Traverse Lake and that area down there, if I got that name right. They took me on a helicopter ride. Oh, that was embarrassing. They took me on a helicopter ride, and I forgot to tell them that, I get airsick really easily.
Ooh.
That wasn't a great job interview, That always happens. Every time I go in a helicopter, I always get airsick. That was fun, though, flying up around Austin, Texas, where it's really quite beautiful. The woods kind of meet the rest of Texas right there. Let's see. What else do we have for questions?
Carlos has another question about instant video, and you can ask our support desk about that.
righty. I'm trying to get back to our little group of questions, Matt. Let's see. Here we are. Okay. Now, just as a reminder, with the price going up later tonight, you only have 3 hours now to get in. Now, we were going to count this down to midnight and say this is your last chance, blah, 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 here in the East, but we're extending it to Pacific time or whenever Matt goes to bed or when he first gets up. We'll have to see. So in other words, if it's 2:30 in the morning, Matt wants to go to bed, he's going to be in the back office, he's going to put the price up then. If it's 1:30 in the morning, Matt goes to bed and he says, I better do this when I wake up at 6:30 in the morning, he'll do it then. So we're not sure exactly, but it's going to be around that 3 a.m. time frame, and that's Eastern time. Now, Pacific time, that's midnight, and that's coming up. So we just wanted to get you all get all the questions answered. Now, you have been asking questions on the actual Hangout itself, and I have that here somewhere. And I want to make sure that all your questions are answered. So let me see if we have any more.
And if you're watching this as a recording and you have any questions, you can always reach us at support@internetmarketermatt.com. As you can see on the screen here as I'm talking, you can send us an email there. Any questions about if you bought and you have questions, of course, that too. But any questions about buying, you can write to us there too, and we're happy to answer. Whether you're watching this right now or a month from now, just ask.
All right, here's some more. Cat Clore can hardly hear me. All the volumes turned up already.
Yeah, I hear you fine. I don't know if maybe the volume on the actual YouTube box, maybe for Cat. I don't know.
Yeah, there is a volume on the settings, right? You click settings. No.
Yeah, like if you were to, like if Cat sees this here, you can actually adjust the volume right here. Maybe that's the issue.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to thank those that came, and have been watching the broadcast. We have Scott and Ed. We have Kat and Luann. We have Ned. We have Alan. We have DR. We have Matt. We have Johnny. I just want to thank you all for all your questions and for participating and visiting us on the sales page. Matt, I am going to actually go back to work now, but I wanted to just ask if there was anything you wanted to discuss as we get ready to break.
No, just how excited I am. We've worked really hard on this, and those of you that do come in, I can't wait to see you on the other side. And
you know what? Why don't you do that? Why don't you finish by talking about the webinar that everybody gets?
Yes,
and that's coming up, I think, on Thursday of this week.
Yes. Thursday, not March. I keep on saying it's March, I guess because of the M thing. May 24th, which is this coming Thursday. I believe it's 8 o'clock Eastern time. We're going to be having our webinar, live training, where we're just going to be able to talk about moving forward with your Easy Magic video. In the members area, I do give you some training on how to get out there and make money from this, but we're going to offer a live webinar as well, where I'm going to talk about making money from selling these videos. Todd's going to share some tips and advice about making the videos. It's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, we're always looking for feedback as well. It's funny because this is like something that only existed in our minds, and then it happens and we have it, but then for so long, it's just something for us. And then now, the door's open and you're all here, and already we've gotten so many great suggestions on where we can take this software next. And I can't wait to do that together with you.
Yep, and we're going to do it all together as a team. So we're excited about that. Thanks again, everybody. And we're going to leave, of course, the sales page up for you to look over. Remember, I have my video just below where you're watching now. And there's a lot of information in there. We have the demo video that's on this page, so you could watch Matt do a demonstration of the actual software. There's lots to see. Go over on this page if you're just arriving. Hello. And we will, of course, continue to be in touch with you through that matt@internetmarketermatt.com email address, and you could reach us there, or your support. The support address was listed just a second ago.
Yes, whenever I talk, then you can see on the screen. Was like right now it says support@internetmarketermatt.com, and then of course if you've gotten any emails from me or even Todd, you can always just respond to that too, and it'll end up there somehow.
We actually answer our emails, which is, I know, a little odd. All right, so another brief story before we close. So when I first got into it in 2006, so people, I hopped on the Warrior Forum pretty early on, 2006, 2007, and I got into an argument with marketers about how they said that there's no way they will ever answer emails. They were really strict about it. A lot of marketers whose size I would say at the time medium large, but not terribly large, that you would think that they would react like that. They'd say, I just don't have the time. I'm not going to deal with it. So I would say, but wait a minute. The whole idea of answering the questions from the public, I mean, isn't that going to, set you apart? So to this day, whether it's through a support desk or through emails, I still find it very important, of course, that interaction. And that's, even if someone's asking you a question in general, not necessarily about a product they purchased, but just asking you a question in general, I thought that was always important. That's something that Matt and I do. So we try to anyway, as best we can, and our whole staff tries to.
Yes, I've been so proud of our support team. All the tickets, we've never had more than like a 2-3 hour wait time in the support desk. Well, maybe 4 or 5 hours, and that was only because they have to sleep sometimes. So we catch up, be like, Matt, I'm going to bed. It's 0 tickets. Okay, but yeah, I know what you mean. Before I had a support desk, it was stressful to see all those emails coming in. And I was talking to a very big marketer, and he was like, whenever that happens, I just push a button, I delete them all. And it's like, you can do that. But of course I would never do that. And I'm so thankful to have help to go through those, and really, really appreciate hearing from all of you.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Take care.